to continue where I left off. So we're going to move into 3rd Nephi. Chapter 2, 3. Chapter 2, the wickedness and abominations increase among the people. The Nephites and Lamanites unite to defend themselves against the Gadianton robbers. Converted Lamanites become white and are called Nephites. So I really liked these first 2-3 verses, but the people began to forget the signs and wonders that they'd seen. So people are forgetting. People forget. Their hearts are getting hard. They began to be less and less astonished at a sign or wonder from heaven. I wonder what that meant exactly. Less and less astonished of a sign from heaven. Does that mean that a lot of the stuff we see nowadays is signs from heaven? Is it just, we're just like, well, whatever, that happens. That's normal. I don't know. I've kind of wondered what that means. Am I less astonished because I'm not, I've forgotten that there's signs and wonders, or I've never been taught? I don't know. It says, and blind in their minds, and began to disbelieve all which they had heard and seen. Disbelieve, blind. Okay. Imagining up some vain thing in their hearts, that it was wrought by men and by the power of the devil to lead away and deceive the hearts of the people. Thus Satan did get possession of the hearts of the people again, insomuch that he did blind their eyes and lead them away to believe that the doctrine of Christ was a foolish and vain thing. So it looks like 100 years have passed away since the days of Mosiah. 609 years have passed away since Lehi left Jerusalem. 9 years have passed away from the time when the sign was given, which was spoken of by the prophet that Christ should come. 9 years have passed away from the time the sign was given. I'm not sure if that's 9 years from the sign was given, as in there were 3 days, or the sign was given from Samuel the Lamanite. Because I know their time elapsed between Samuel prophesying it and then the 3 days light. I'm not exactly sure where the 9 years is, but 9 years, let's see. Nephites began to reckon their time from this period when the sign was given, from the coming of Christ. Okay, so maybe they're calling it from the coming of Christ. So 9 years have passed away since then. So Jesus is 9, little 9-year-old Jesus. Okay, and Nephi, who was the father of Nephi, who had the charge of the records, did not return to the land of Zarahemla, and could be nowhere be found in the land. They say that twice about Nephi. Kind of funny. They say it in chapter 1 too, that Nephi the son of Helaman departed out of the land and was never heard of again. For some reason they repeat it here. Nephi, who was the father of Nephi, had the charge of the records, did not return to the land of Zarahemla, and could nowhere be found in all the land. Worth repeating. I don't know why, but it was worth it. I wish I could be twinkled like that sometimes. Okay, therefore all the Lamanites who had become converted unto the Lord did unite with their brethren, the Nephites, and were compelled for the safety of their lives and their women and their children to take up arms against those Gadianton robbers, yea, and also to maintain their rights and the privileges of their church, of their worship, and their freedom and their liberty. Okay, so this has happened before, right? Captain Moroni, we all know his story. If you don't, read it. I'm sure you can find it on Google, but also in the Book of Mormon. Captain Moroni. So it looks like this happens a lot. In fact, I do this, and I hope you guys will do it too. Go through your Book of Mormon, and anytime people take up arms to defend themselves, their rights, their privileges, their church, their worship, their freedom, and their liberty, and their women and their children, which I'd probably take up arms, but back then I guess they did. Or maybe they did, and they didn't write about it. highlight that. Highlight every time that they had to take up arms to defend themselves. Just for fun. Let's see. So we're 9 years past, and they had to defend themselves. They had to bear arms. So those who had gathered with the Nephites, even the Lamanites who were converted among the Nephites, their curse was taken from them, and their skin became white like unto the Nephites. And their young men and their daughters became exceedingly fair, and they were numbered among the Nephites, and were called Nephites. So now we're all Nephites. So it says, at the very end, it says, people were in a state of many afflictions. So we're in many afflictions. The sword of destruction did hang over them, insomuch that they were about to be smitten down by it. This because of their iniquity. So, smitten because of iniquity. Almost. They're about to be. Smitten by iniquity. Okay. Let's see. That was chapter 2. Sorry, I was going to do chapter 2 and chapter 3. See if I can just breeze through this really quick. Gideon high.